What's up, YouTube, and what's up, family? Guys, Mental Heads Reacts. I trust that everyone is having a wonderful day today. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. My name is Dwight, and it's a great pleasure to have you here today. So, guys, if you're new to the channel, I welcome you. If you're returning, welcome back. So, welcome back to another reaction video. And on today's agenda, we're going to be diving into why are so many Americans moving to Poland. That's very interesting. So, guys, we're going to be diving into why, and I'm excited because I myself want to move over there. So, without any further ado, let's dive right in.
So today we're going to talk about the surprising reasons why Americans move to Poland. One of the big reasons I think Americans like to move here is just the lack of the whole entire woke movement here. Yes, Poland is getting a lot more westernized and feminism does exist here, but it's so refreshing not having everybody introduce themselves by their gender and their sexual orientation and the whole victim Olympics kind of thing.
So I am not a female, nor am I a male. I would be in between. My pronouns are Z, Zer, Zer, Zers, and Zerself, or you can just call me Teacher Darren.
And it's also nice being able to openly joke about stuff, right? It does feel like in the US, everybody is so sensitive about certain topics and we can't joke about anything. Everybody's always walking on eggshells. But here with my foreigner friends and my Polish friends, it feels like we can joke about anything. People just generally don't take things too seriously because their sense of humor is actually quite dark as well. I think one of the big reasons why people move here, generally, it's a lot safer here. Petty crimes do happen here, but it's quite rare, but you almost never have to worry about violent crime. If you look at the statistics, violent crime here in Poland is significantly lower than it is in the US. In the US, a lot of the big cities are super unsafe right now. You don't want to be walking around in the middle of the night in many big cities in the US, which to me is kind of like a second or third world country.
I was living in Philadelphia. I just love that I can walk around at night here and I'm not afraid of someone shooting me or stabbing me.
Right. Have you ever felt unsafe here? Never. Right?
No. I feel very relaxed. There's all these like green spaces and I don't freak out about being like in a green space after dark, which you would anywhere else in the US. I walked home from bars at like 3 a.m. and
no issues.
Fine, yeah.
I went to Vietnam, which is significantly poorer. People would say a third world country, but you have zero fear walking around at night because it's overall a lot more safe. I think that's one of the problems that the US has because we have so many different conflicting groups. The US right now has a very loose stance on crime, and the fact that guns are legal and the general population has guns leads to an overall less safe society. And I enjoy being in a place where I don't have to think about my safety at all. Quality of food here is much better. One of the things I love about Polish cuisine is the
Here we come to the
soups.
best spot.
The soups are all quite universally good. But if you were to compare it to other Slavic countries like Ukraine, I think Ukrainian food is just a little better because it has a little more flavor. I also like how a lot of Polish food come with like these salads. It's a lot of like coleslaws. Obviously, I think Asian vegetables are still the best. Thank you. Here's what I got. It's like a pork cutlet with potatoes. All in all, I spent $36.60, which is around $9 for all of this. 2 years ago, this probably would have cost maybe like 20.
What? So even the cost of living is lower. My God, man! Wow.
8 zlotys, so maybe like $7, but inflation has pretty much affected everyone in the world. Even something like McDonald's or KFC. KFC in Poland has fame for being some of the best in the world, which is really interesting. Just the overall general quality of food, meats, and produce that you'll find at the supermarket is a lot less processed than what you'll find in the States. I think the main reason Americans move to Poland is easily the cost of living. Cost of living here is about half of what you will be paying in a lot of major cities in the US for everything. For food, for public transportation, for rents. Living here in Krakow, you can live a good life for under $1,000 a month. And I don't think there are many places in the US where you can say that about right now. So rent in general is much cheaper. The food at restaurants is not significantly cheaper, but because you're not paying tip or taxes on top of your food, the price that you see is the price that you're going to pay. That takes off an additional 30% of what you would pay in America. Food at restaurants are no longer as cheap as they once were. The prices have really gone up over the last couple of years. We're at a bar mlecze, which is a milk bar, which is essentially you can get home cooked Polish food for a lot cheaper. It's like a cafeteria style kind of thing. They have a really big menu with all this Polish food and you can order whatever you want. And it's usually ready very quickly. This is something I like about other cultures compared to America because the US doesn't really have cafeteria style food like this. But in Greece or in Colombia or here in Poland, there's a lot of these cafeteria style foods that you can still get for relatively cheap.
Man,
so I
I'd
got
love
this
to try
pork
it.
chop with potatoes and the cabbage and this drink, and it costs around 32 zloty, which is around $8 more or less. Groceries are also significantly cheaper here. A lot of people, if you're really budgeting it, you can get by with maybe $150 a month. I personally get by with around $200 to $250 a month on groceries, but that's including snacks, ice cream, and I'm eating, I guess, more premium food. Plus, because you don't need a car here, that significantly cuts down on your expenses. I didn't realize how much I was spending on a car until I didn't have a car anymore. Car payment plus insurance plus maintenance plus gas. Not having that expense helps a lot with cost of living.
Nice. Now let's see.
Something that I also like about Poland, and you can say this about many other countries in the world, is that they have a strong societal fabric. The thing about the US is that because there are so many different people from different cultures, the only thing that really unites us is the fact that we're American. We're constantly fighting and battling over different political beliefs on top of different cultural beliefs and what everybody thinks is right. In the US, there's this entitled mentality of it doesn't matter what you think. If I feel like I'm correct, you have to listen to what I listen to.
Whoa.
How can I help you?
I'm disabled. I'm in a wheelchair. I have a right to go to the head of the line.
No, you do not.
Yes, I do. That's the law. It is the law.
It's nice living in a place where there's general
Now, before we go to that, I don't want to cut him short. They should have a line. You understand? For disabled, like it's because for instance, when I'm going after that, so these problems wouldn't occur. You know, because here I've seen places here they have lines they have parking spots for disabled. You know, they have lines for policemen, for firemen, you know. So they should have a line. They should have a line for disabled, or just allow them to go in front. Wow. I don't see nothing hard in that, man. Anyways, Brit is back, and let's continue.
into.
Sir, how can I help you?
I'm disabled. I'm in a wheelchair. I have a right to go to the head of the line.
No, you do not.
Yes, I do. That's the law. It is the law.
You should
It's
at
nice
least be
living
nice
in a
about
place
it too.
where there's general rules
should at
and
least be
norms
nice
of
about
society. It makes overall life a lot simpler when men know what they have to do, when women know what they have to do, when you know how to handle yourself in public to not be a nuisance to other people. I'm someone who really values order, so that's why I feel like I've been able to assimilate into Polish culture quite easily. It's refreshing because in many countries in the world, people don't have that victim mentality the same way that Americans do. For some reason, I don't know what it is about our culture or maybe our media that likes to portray and encourage everybody to pretend to be a victim.
I feel like it's incredibly patronizing for you to paint these questions this way, especially as a white man. I don't expect you to be able to understand what people of color are actually saying. White men definitely feel like they're entitled to talk over me. They definitely feel like they're entitled to kind of minimalize my experience.
Whereas in other countries that have actually gone through hardship, like right now, the Ukrainians are going through war. Polish people have a long littered history of a lot of conflict. You will never catch them acting like a victim. For example, when I meet Africans, people rarely talk about the fact that their race will hinder them from accomplishing what they want to accomplish. And here in Poland specifically, merit and hard work are extremely valued. So it doesn't matter how you look. If you obey the rules, you assimilate to the culture, you're going to be welcome here. That's so refreshing to me because it also seems like in the US, everything is about your race or your orientation. It's no longer about merit, but what pronouns you have. You know?
Yeah.
Also, I think patriotism in the US is very different than patriotism in Poland. Here in
it's very
Poland,
different,
for the
man.
last 100, 200 years, they've had so
Very
many
different.
conflicts against other countries. So that's really united the people and made people very proud to be Polish. I think in the US, when you say that you're proud to be an American, it comes with a lot of negative connotations like you're racist or you're a bigot. To me, it just makes sense that a society wants to put their people first. And I feel like America, honestly, does not really do that. One of the big benefits of Europe compared to, for example, Southeast Asia or Latin America is that the English fluency here is extremely high. Most people ages 35 and below speak English. It's very easy for us to integrate into society and you don't need to learn Polish. I learned Spanish when I was in Colombia because I personally wanted to learn, but Polish, just like Mandarin or Russian or Arabic, is one of the hardest languages in the world. So it's really nice moving to a country where you don't have to learn the local language, even though it helps a lot. The overall lifestyle here here is way healthier and way more accessible. Being able to take public transportation, walk, and bike everywhere is a lot more common here in Europe than it is in the US. One of my big frustrations is that in America, you need a car to do pretty much anything in most of the major cities. Even in a place like New York that does have public transportation, the subway is a complete mess. It's not well maintained, it's dirty, there's homeless people everywhere. Whereas here in Poland, the public transportation works extremely well. Things usually arrive on time. The average European person walks way more than the average American person. And just in general, the lifestyle here is just a lot more active. Polish people are also quite sporty and fit, so it's common to see people running, doing sports like playing football, playing basketball. And that's why you don't really see obese people the same way that you do everywhere in America. It seems that the people here value time with their friends. The lifestyle just reminds me of what life was like before technology. Of course, one of the main reasons that people move to Poland is because they are in a relationship with a Polish girl or man. If you're someone who's relationship oriented and are looking for a long-term partner, I think Poland is one of the best places to do it. A lot of people met Polish people from overseas and eventually moved back to Poland. Americans are seen quite favorably here. You're not going to be super high status just because you're American, but I know a lot of people who have immigrated here who have been able to date local Polish people quite easily. I highly recommend that you watch this video next. If you guys are interested in contacting me for a consultation or whatever, I'll leave my details down below. Catch you all in the next one. Peace.
Wow, that's amazing. There are some more points that he left out. For instance, like job opportunities and business environments. You know, now Poland has growing economy with, I would say, a strong focus on sectors like IT, finance, and engineering. Now, education as well. The quality of Poland's education has well-regarded universities. You know, that just attracts international students. The culture, you know, all that was said, that was amazing. Tax, there's a lot. There's so much, man. You know, you could move to Poland and just to stretch, you know, your budget. Nice. Wow, guys, you definitely gonna see me in Poland. Yes. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I hope you I didn't even catch his name. What is his name? Just 1 second. Oh, where is Wise? Oh, okay. All right, so guys, we just heard from Where is Wise? Why are so many Americans moving to Poland? So we got that. All right, so I'm gonna leave the original link down in my description, so you guys can go and take a look. Feel free to leave your suggestions, engage with the audience, because you know that's what we're all about on the channel. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for friends and your families. So I'll see you back. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Stay safe out there, guys, and don't forget to share the love, not the hate. Peace out. Till next time. I love y'all.